Here's your newspaper.
Oh, thank you.
Did he leave?
Yeah, I did. For a little while anyway. Why? You want
I
me to
just,
sign it?
I just need him to sign this.
Does it have to be the chairman?
That's what I was told, that the chairman has to sign it. Is that different? Do you guys know different?
No, he has to sign it.
Okay.
Should, yeah.
You should.
Well, payroll, or payday is next week, so I need this so that I can process her, or she doesn't get a paycheck.
Well, I'm the vice chair, so
I know, you're important too, I believe
just
that.
half as important.
Oh, well, I don't know how you guys rate that.
Me either. Not very well, I'm sure.
Okay, well, just have him sign it when he gets back.
I will. Uh-oh. You should shut the door.
How we doing?
You're doing all right. Everything that gifts, huh?
What you got?
That's for you.
What the heck?
Finally.
Oh,
So it's that solar light thing that I was telling you about for your tack shop out there.
where do I owe you for that? No,
They came from China from Temu, and so I actually got it for free.
has the tariff been paid?
The tariff was paid, yep. Because that's only been sitting in my truck for about 7 months now.
Oh, no.
No Bobo today?
Well, he went out for a
He's
meeting. He's trying to get a new job. This was enough for him.
Yeah.
It's not busy enough. Needs more interaction.
Well, so, you can start with us.
Oh, I'm perfect with that.
We're
We'll listen.
willing.
Well, fire-wise, we had a semi-busy week.
Oh, yeah?
So last night, we had a car drive into a house and people trapped.
Really?
Ended up, they were able to extricate themselves, get out. And then we had a structure fire up off of Buckskin. That one was contained relatively easily. The homeowner was able to kind of get the initial part of the fire knocked down, thankfully, and then we went and cleaned it up. Ended up being an electrical fire. And then we had a 2-acre fire at the Muscle Shell dump.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And then always seems to happen when we have new employees that are in charge of doing the burn. They don't get a complete transfer over of the policies and that. So I did email you guys a copy of kind of a draft policy. Did you guys get a chance to look at that a couple days ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just told him, because I was at the refuse meeting, I says, I can remember going down there and getting the burn permits for all of these fellas. And they should have called it in, and they would have found out that the old one had expired, and they would have given them all of the parameters about what the weather's gonna be like for the next 3 days. That would have solved everything, but they didn't.
Yep. And then Norma actually came down the next day after the fire.
Yeah.
And so, no, the policy's pretty easy for him. Boyd did come in to verify that his permit was still good because he's planning on burning the Roundup down on Tuesday.
He came by this morning.
So, good morning. How are you?
Good.
I couldn't give him a letter report because the site was down, so. Couldn't give him the weather report that he wanted this morning because the site was down.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, as soon as we find out, we'll call him, let him know what it's gonna look like. So that's kind of what we did on fire side of things.
That was it, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, last night was fun, you know. I think I finally got to bed about 5 this morning, so.
Oh,
You guys had a
well
call?
rested then.
2 calls.
We had 2 calls. One
We had a structure fire and then a vehicle accident into a house with entrapment.
Oh, wow.
DES side of things, so we got some of the documentation that FEMA had requested for our state audit submitted. That's through that one we were talking about, the old buyout program. So
Yeah.
we got the equipment found because it was a documentation for the controlled burn when we burned 2 of the houses down, and we used it as fire training. So we have the equipment list. I have Jerry Preet, who was the person in charge of the burns, to find the roster, and then once we get the roster, we should be good.
But you can't still do that, can you? Burn townhouses for someone?
So you can, but there's a lot of parameters on them. So, you know, we'll use Busy Bee as an example. Like, I'd be a great training building, and all around it, you know, there's plenty of clear open area, but it's too close to a state highway, so we can't burn that one. And then it's the same thing with some of the other houses that have been asked in town. Is it's usually too close to either utilities of some sort, like main transformers, or next to their neighbors. So,
That's what burning is all about.
right,
Because you gotta figure out how to keep that neighbor from burning.
right. The only bad thing is unfortunately, people have had our houses siding melted even far enough away because you forget to put water on it one time, and then you have to buy them a whole new siding. And, yeah. So but it still can be done for certain ones as long as they kind of meet all the parameters. Let's see what else. We had a CWPP meeting on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So they're hoping, not this coming Monday, but the next Monday, that we'll have everything ready to hit publish to allow our 30-day public comment period. So next Friday, I'll officially inform you guys that we'll be kicking it off, and then I'll get on the agenda with Tom on Monday, and then just come in and say public comment is now open, so that it's official on record. And then what we'll do is we'll publish it on our Facebook page, and then it kind of links to the city and to our county website through the links there. And then they're gonna have a public virtual meeting, so people can tune in, you know, via the web, or Wendy Jones is gonna be doing her annual fuel mitigation meeting. So when she has that meeting is when we're gonna have the virtual meeting as part of it. So, gosh, I feel like we had a lot, but it's also been a very quick week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the stuff that we did there was time consuming.
So,
We kind of full
LEPC. We had our LEPC meeting.
Oh, yeah.
we did.
Yeah, I missed that.
That went pretty good. Main thing that came out of that is, as you guys know, is Ragged Point Road is kind of our high dollar project, so we're
That's right.
we're doing a few. Yeah. We're trying to figure out how, if we can get any money here. Jeff Gates from State DES collected kind of the estimate of cost damages, because there was a lot of us that experienced these type of damages when that warm weather hit. Sorry, Link.
Did you take a siesta?
I understand, because I want to take a siesta too.
It's Friday. It's
Uh,
siesta time.
but I don't think there's gonna be enough, damage across multiple counties to qualify for a state incident, so we're kinda,
He was saying like there had to be like 2 million in total, didn't he?
that's like the new after this legislative cycle is done. So they were hoping to catch it in before it took an act, but, and then I guess to circle back on the fire side of things, so, the Melstone building project that we're doing. So, we got updated quotes on building materials, labor, and what it'll cost to put it up. So the 3 quotes that he got, first one was for 600,000. The second one was for 418,000, and the third one was 153,000.
Really? Well,
Who was he?
Local,
Oh, really?
handyman.
Construction
Handyman
at Weaver.
construction?
Yeah.
He's good.
Yep. Perfect.
He's really good.
So now that I know that, I don't have any issues. But he did get an updated concrete quote, and that's 150,000 now, and then 35,000 for electric.
Yeah.
So the total project is going to be 315,000 is kind of the estimated. My thought though, and kind of what Tim's thought is yeah, we're gonna have to figure out funding and that for like the concrete, but it'd probably be smart of us to just go ahead and purchase the building and materials and have it
Yeah.
at that lower rate, and then we'll figure out the concrete and,
Is he the one bidding it for the concrete?
Izzy
Is he?
bidded it. Yep.
This is Milestone Fire Department.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
It's crazy to see that much.
So I'll send an official request up to you guys for next week since that is a high, and we did get 3 bids, so, but we'll at least get that portion of it bought, and then we'll figure out the other side. Which actually brought me, driving up here, I was thinking about it. How does, like, if we were to get like a construction loan through the bank, how does that process work here at the county?
Yeah.
Well, you'd have to find out what they would require. We do have CBDG funding.
Okay.
Now, how much do you need? Because we've got a little money there.
Well, I was thinking if, with what I have in fire council cash right now, and what I'm going to need for the next budget cycle,
Okay.
I think we could probably get away with 200,000. We'll be able to buy the building and then basically the electrical.
Yeah.
So we'll have to come up with 150,000 for the concrete. And I got to thinking that if, and obviously if there's some funding available here, but if not, if we could get like a 3-year or 4-year loan to do the concrete, then I know we could support that just coming out of the fire council budget over the next,
Oh yeah.
Let's look at that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That does make sense.
Yep.
You could get committed to the project,
Yep.
string it out over 4 years, but yet get the funding
Yep.
given to you.
Exactly.
actually. Yeah.
So that was kind of my thought, because I think we could potentially pay for it all right now, but then it puts us really tight on our budgets.
Mhm.
So, and I don't want to do that coming into fire season.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
So, because thankfully we've been okay, but one day the other shoe's gonna drop.
You guys did pass that resolution, right? No more fires again for this year.
Yeah, we'll pass that.
We will, but we'll need a little
A little kickback, is that what
under
you
the
said?
table.
Does that mean that there's no
We'll
burn
get that
permits? Is that what you
4%.
mean?
No, it means we're not allowed to have any fires.
Yeah.
Oh!
My first year when I started, we had a ton of fires, and then the next year they said they were passing a resolution that we'd have no more big fires, so, and we really haven't had a big one since then, so.
So keep
Just
passing
gotta
those
Keep
resolutions.
passing that resolution.
Yep, so I just need to make that happen.
Works on floods too.
Yeah, we haven't had
So
any
far.
really
So
major
far.
floods.
Right?
Yeah, just little stuff. We can live with that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this year we came out of flooding season actually smelling like a rose. So.
Yeah.
Well, it's either the 4%, or then we're gonna be talking about, sacrificial, someone's firstborn or something like that.
We'll give you Glenn's first word. Oh wait, that's you.
Wow. So thoughtful.
Wow. There was no hesitation there at all.
See, the 4%, this is more modern. Now, if we can't make it modern, then we're gonna have to go back, a couple hundred years.
Oh yeah, biblical ways. Yeah. I love it. But yeah, so that's kind of all I got.
Yeah.
That's what we wanna hear. We don't wanna hear about disasters.
No,
I like it. We're good with that then.
good there. And like I said, once we get back to the office, hopefully the weather website that we use is up and running, and then we can get Boyd to report and let him know yay or nay for next week for his burn out there, so.
Yep. And he's working to get the new burning guys, their Melsa Shell, get their names.
Oh,
Get 'em up
you
to
mean like
speed.
a burn out the refuse?
Yep.
Okay, well, if that happens, let me know. I promised your aunt I'd take stuff to burn.
Okay. Perfect.
So let me know.
Perfect.
Alright.
There's nothing wrong with the fellas doing the burn out there.
Correct.
Just
If
got
they'd had
burned
your
out.
If they'd had
And
permit.
well, then you just says, okay, the burn is from 11 o'clock this morning until what, 10 o'clock tonight?
Yep.
And then if you're gonna be burning again tomorrow, you gotta call me again.
Yep.
Because that's what ended up happening. They went out there again and then they put some more brush on top of
Yep.
the hot spots.
Yep.
And then the wind came up.
Yep.
Right. Well, and if they just would've let any of us know, like, we
Yeah.
called Tim, he had no idea.
Hell, they'd have been sitting out there, they'd been
Yeah.
kind of monitoring the day.
Yeah.
Yep. Would have checked
And of
it.
course, you got the local fire department there in Muscle, they're
Oh,
just
yeah.
waiting for it to burn.
Mhm.
They're waiting to turn, to call somebody and raise hell with them. That's all they're doing. Instead of trying to just fix the little community problem, they just wanna turn it into a bigger mess. That's what happened.
Yep. Yeah, and then we would have told them too that, when they were done, to make sure,
Exactly.
check it for the next couple of days,
Yeah, they could.
get in there, kind of stir it up, make sure that everything's out, and yeah, it's just an education thing.
Yeah,
So,
that's all it is.
but the worst part about it, and again, is the Muscle Ranch Company a Goffney Corporation?
Yeah,
It is.
Okay.
it is. So that tells you everything.
Well, we were gonna try to just blame the burn on them, so.
Just so you know.
I mean,
Bud can have it.
Mike's had a fire,
Yeah.
every now and then.
Actually, it
so-
cleaned that little spot up.
Oh yeah, it
It's
cleans it up.
kinda nice now.
Oh, it looks great.
It
The
looks
the only
great.
bad thing is that, by the letter of the law, is it was private property that got damaged,
Yeah,
so that's kind of where
it is. Yeah.
where we'll put in the new policies and then, of course, if they want to do anything else.
It is lucky that the road was there, cause
Oh,
it
God.
would've went up against that hill and got into the,
And been more
it
interesting.
would've
Oh,
been, oh
man.
shit, man, it would've been clear over.
That
been
wind was
over
puffing.
us.
Yes, it was. That was, 45-mile-per-hour gusts with 25-mile-per-hour sustained for most of the day.
It would've just
Perfect.
torched its way underneath.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we cleaned up the draw,
It would've.
but we might still be out there.
Yeah, that's right.
Very good
She'll be out there.
So, but other than that, that's kind of all we got. It's all. So with those government loans, is that something like we contact like Mako for information on, or is
Possibly, yeah.
just go down and talk because we bank here in town, right?
Well, talk to the bank,
Okay.
what their policy is, for your government, for the fire
Okay.
Fireman's Project. And then
Yeah.
what we will do is look at the CBDG, because we do have a little bit of money, not
Not
as
that
much as
much,
what you
but-
asked, but we're close.
Okay. Okay. Well, that works, and I'll let Timmy know that's kind of the route we're gonna take with it, and
Yeah.
then yeah.
It makes sense to do it that way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, gotta get started.
Yep.
Well, you can't, yeah, you gotta get started, and you don't wanna get hung up waiting, making a commitment or a purchase, because you don't have the damn money.
Right. Especially with the way the prices are
Yes.
going right now.
Yes,
Yeah.
they'll just keep increasing.
Yep.
If you end up turning this into a 5-year project, and you're gonna be
It'll turn
spending-
into the Goffney Bridge.
All right,
Fair enough, fair enough.
enough sense.
Yep. That's why we're gonna buy the building right now while it's cheap.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that was the crazy part too. Is that's for all the metal, the poles, the insulation, the garage doors. I mean that's everything, and the labor and install.
Wow.
It had better not come from Canada, there'll be a 25%.
Still cheaper than the
Still
other.
cheaper than the other ones.
Weaver's
yeah.
out, probably out there with his sawmill making the boards himself.
There we go, locally sourced.
That's right.
That's right.
Oh, too much fun. All right, well, that should do us.
All right. You got a plan.
We got a plan. And I'm not moving very fast, like I said. Long night.
Oh, yeah.
Are you
What was
gonna
the
get any
one
sleep?
called? 10:30?
Tonight.
He's got insomnia. It's fire insomnia.
So you were at this vehicle that was tipped over? Or?
Oh, vehicle went off the road at highway speeds, struck a parked vehicle, and shoved the parked vehicle in through the house and garage, and then his embedded in the living portion of the home.
In this town?
6
Uh-huh.
o'clock this morning?
It was out in Klein.
Yeah.
Oh, in Klein.
Yep.
No.
And you said there was an entrapment. Was it
Yep.
the people in the home or the
That,
person
there
in the
was a lady
bar?
that was living in the home, and the way the house, so it shifted the whole house off the frame
Oh,
about this far,
Really?
and then so she couldn't get out, but her
That woke her up.
oh it woke her up, oh yeah, but no injuries, thank goodness.
Yeah.
So the neighbors were able to, while we were responding, were able to kind of force the doors open, and then she got out, and then he was able to climb out his back window to get out of the car.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
that's just terrifying.
uh-huh. Yeah.
So obviously the home is,
Oh, yeah, the home is totaled.
Is it in Farrelltown, Gibbtown, or Klein?
Let's see here. Farrell's.
Farrell's the first one.
Yep. So the big swooping curve.
Yeah.
uh-huh.
Before you-
Yeah.
So he was coming into town, the big swooping curb, and then
He went off.
he went off this side because he had a dually, and it looks like its tire got sucked off the road. So then he overcorrected and then went into that first, like that tan house that's
Yeah.
down there, that tan garage, and then that, oh gosh, it's another tan house. They're both right there, and then went into the first one.
Wow.
4625 was the address.
I think they're all old
So
cat, man.
You didn't get to the cemeteries yet.
Nope, the cemetery's good this time.
So Marcia didn't get old Mrs. Marsh's house, did you?
Let's see here. So, all right.
quite have like the people toilet
So
yourself.
cemeteries
How
are
do you
right
guys
here
get these
Yeah.
calls?
and here.
You get paged.
This is the sweeping
Comes to
corner.
our phone and pagers.
Went
Aren't you
right there.
afraid that you're not gonna hear it?
Oh, okay, so it's down, it's
I didn't
down.
hear the one at 6
So it's on
o'clock
the
this morning, but I
right-hand
heard the one at
side?
Left hand side,
Oh,
actually,
left-hand side.
because he overcorrected and came back
One at
in.
midnight.
Was it where Lyle Moore used to
Yeah,
live?
it's,
Who's?
the pager never.
Ooh, that name I thought might have
My
got
phone sometimes I
out
don't hear that
there.
one.
Yeah.
Cat man owned most of all the
Yeah.
houses
Yep.
right there.
It's
when I
Yeah.
first come in.
Catman?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, we have
He
it.
lives there, he owns the
Freeness
bottom of his
is-
Freeness. I am responding, right?
We have I am responding, and
But
then we
I
have
think
an
it was
actual
more
page.
so-
that
Yeah,
shows
it's more
phones
because
as well
it's
as-
right there on the highway.
Yep.
And it's tan.
Nice.
So Lyle
Yeah.
Moore's old house, yeah.
Okay, okay.
Lyle Moore's old
Yeah.
house.
Uh-huh. Remember Lyle?
Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
He used to work for the road department.
That's terrible. I
Yeah.
can't,
For years
that's
and
so
years.
So terrifying to think that could happen.
Yeah, when I woke up this morning, I read that one. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, car went into the house? I was so confused. It's like, that's an interesting way to wake up.
Oh,
And,
yes. Yeah,
I'm
that's
sure
one of
that's
those
what that
you
lady
look
thought
like
too.
a couple times, and like, am I reading that right?
So you got the first one at midnight, and by the time you got done with that, the midnight call,
Then
You
that
got
one came
home.
in at 3. Yeah, I had literally just laid into bed, closed my eyes, and started to go back to sleep from the first one, and then bang, bang.
I don't know how you guys can do it.
A lot of caffeine. A lot of caffeine.
Oh,
I might have had a lower and upper decker in.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
right, yeah.
Mhm. It helps too.
Just trying to get that little jolt. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Adrenaline kicks in.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So once you go home for a little bit, and then you gotta go to work, and you're just like, oh boy.
Uh-huh.
And so everyone else that's on this, the fire team, they're all volunteers, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So they all have jobs and
Oh yeah. A couple of them are at A&A, some work at the city, Mid Rivers. We got them all over the place.
Yep. Yep.
so it's tough for them too, because then they're like, oh,
Oh yeah.
what an awesome community service though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like obviously I don't go to the calls or whatever, but usually I'm up trying to figure out if they need me for something, calling in anything like
Red
last night
Cross,
with the
you know.
fire. You never know what's gonna happen or whatever. The first thing this morning I get to the office and I got a guy calling for a burn permit. I'm like, oh good lord. Trying to go through the system or whatever and doesn't have an email, doesn't have this. I'm like, oh boy. I'm like, okay. Give me
Let's
one
start with
second
setting
here.
you up for a free Gmail account.
I'm like, give me a minute here. Bear with me. And he's like, oh, no problem. I'm like, good, because it's going to take a minute. Yeah. Alrighty. Well,
Yep, we shall.
tell Bob he missed out on a great meeting.
Yeah.
Tell him
Yeah.
we all agreed to like a
Yeah.
giant pay raise.
Aaron just came in and handed out $100 bills.
Missed out. Snooze, you lose.
But don't tell him about the 100 bill part. 'Cause
No, you don't need that.
Then he'll want to share.
So I'll check and see if Doris is coming. If she's not, then you have a break until 1.
Okay. All right.